everyone, today I am going to talk about human organ system. In human organ system, firstly we see the digestive system. Digestive system is a process. The food is insoluble when going in insoluble or large molecules to smaller molecule. In the digestive system, stages of digestive system is injections is the first step. That the in injections in injections, we see the first digestion state start soon as food enter your mouth. This is called injection. Then we see the second is digestion. It is two type: physical and chemical digestion. Physical is a third step to digest. Physical digestion rarely begin when the first start chewing your food, then break down into the smaller and more digestible pieces called cells. Physical digestion. In chemical digestion, we see the majority of chemical digestion occur in the small intestine per the start pulse article. This is where several enzymes including bile, which help to digest fat, and some vitamin break down chyme into the individual chemical compound. Then we see the absorption is the step involves transferring nutrient like a fat, protein, carbohydrate, vitamin, minerals, and antioxidant from the digestive system to your bloodstream. Then we see the most absorption occurring in small intestine according to the Mayo Clinic. Then say last is the elimination. The final stage of digestion is a waste elimination. Once digest food reaches a large intestine and any remaining water of electrolyte have been reabsorbed into a bloodstream when it left its stool according to the Mayo Clinic. Then we see the organ in digestive system. There are two type uh, differentiated organ like elementary canal and accessory gland. In elementary canal, we see the mouth, pharynx, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, and large intestine. In elementary canal, we see the pancreas, liver, gallbladder, salivary gland. Mouth is a start. Mouth In mouth, food start its journey from the mouth or oral cavity. There are many other organs that contribute to the digestion process, including teeth, salivary gland, and tongue. Teeth are designed for grinding food particle into small pieces and are moistened with saliva before tongue push into the food into pharynx. Then we see the pharynx. Pharynx is a fibromuscularity Y-shaped tube attached to the terminal end of the mouth. It is mainly involved the passage of crushed food from the mouth through the esophagus. It is also has a major part of respiratory system as air travel through the pharynx from the nasal cavity on its way to the lungs. Then we saw the esophagus. This is a multimuscular tube that connects the pharynx, which is part of the upper section of the gastrointestinal tract. It supplied swallow food along with its length. Then we see the stomach. Stomach, it's the muscular bag which is situated towards the left side of the abdominal cavity. Beneath the diagram, this vital organ acts as a storage of food and previous enough time to digest meal. The stomach also produces digestive enzyme and hydrochloric acid that maintain the process of digestion. Hydrochloric acid is a digestive fluid formed by stomach during the process of digestion. It functions by destroying harmful micromolecules present in the food particles. Then we see the small intestine is a thin long tube of about 10 feet long and a part of the lower gastrointestinal tract. It is present just behind the stomach and acquired a maximum area of abdominal cavity. This complete small intestine is called an inner surface consisted of floors and rings. Then we see the large intestine. This is a thick long tube measuring around 5 feet in length. It is present just beneath the stomach and wrap over the superior lateral edge of a small intestine. It absorbs water and consists of bacteria that support the breakdown of waste, feed small nutrients. Then in we see the liver. Liver is a regularly triangular reddish brown accessory organ of the digestive system located to the right of the stomach. It's produced bile which help in the digestion of fat and small intestine. This bile is a store and recycle the gallbladder. It is a small pear-shaped organ which is located just next to the liver. Then we see the pancreas. It is a large gland present just behind the stomach. It is a short with its anterior connected to the abdomen and posterior pointing towards the left part of abdominal cavity. In then we see the gallbladder. Your gallbladder is a small pear-shaped organ that store and release bile. Bile is a fluid your liver produce that help to digest fat and blood we use. Then we see the salivary gland. Salivary gland are a excrine gland that are positioned in the head, in and around oral cavity and secrete their salivary contact into the mouth. Their function is to help to keep oral mucus and protect and your lubricants. Then secondly we see the skeleton tissue. Skeleton system. In skeleton, bone tissue make up about 18% of total human body weight. Skeleton system of support protect the body while giving shape and form. Skeleton system also called as osteology. In human bodies born with 300 bones, adults has 206 bones make up the skeleton, 20% of a body mass. Function of skeleton system. We see the in function of skeleton system: support the body, facilitate the movement, protection internal organ, produce blood, cell storage fat and minerals. These are the function of skeleton system. Then we see the classification of bones: long bones, short bones, flat bones, irregular bones, sinuous bones. These are the classification of bones. In long bones, each bones elongated diaphysis and two expanded ends. In typically long bone have a short like humerus, radius, ulna, fibula, tibia, fibula. In short bones, their shape is usually cuboid like a trestle. Then flat bones resemble shallow plates, form the boundaries of a certain body cavities like bone of a wallet, skulls, ribs, sternums, and scapula. Irregular bone, they are irregular in shape. Example vertebrum, some bone of a face, etc. Sesame bones, these bones nodules found embedded in the tendons or joint capsule. No permutum and ossify after the birth. They are related the articular or non-articular bony surface. Then we see this type of skeleton. The axial skeleton run along the part of skeleton that consist of bones that head and trunk of a vertebrate. Central axis of human skeleton composed of skulls of a middle ear vertebrate column consisting of a total 80 bones, hyoid and sternum. It is made up of 80 bones. Then appendical skeleton is consist of 120 bones. It is allow us to move and manipulate the object, including all bones beside axial skeleton. These limbs are supportive girdle. Six major regions like pectoral girdles, arms, forearm, hands, pelvis, thighs, legs, feet and ankle. These are six major region of a bone. And then part of long bone, there are three important part: diaphysis, epiphysis, metaphysis. These three are important part of bones. Then we see the joints. It is a junction of between two bones. Structural classification: in joints is maternal that bind bone together, presence of absent of joint cavity. Then second is the functional structure of joints: in immovable, slightly movable or the are the functional structure of a joint. Then we see the muscular system. Muscular system is responsible for the movement of human body. This function of muscular system is the mobility, stability, posture, circulation, digestion, urination, childbirth, vision, organ protection, temperature regulation. These are all the function of muscular system. Mobility means gross movement refer to large coordination motion and including the walking, running and swimming. Stability, the core muscular are those the abdomen, back and pelvis. They also stabilize the body and assist the task which lifting the weight. Then posture is a skeleton muscle help to keep body in the in the correct position when someone sitting or standing. This is called posture. Circulation is the venous play further role in circulation of body around the body. Respiration is involved the diaphragm muscle. The lungs fill the air when the diaphragm muscle relax push air out of the lungs. Digestion is a food move from the stomach to the intestine by prestige from the here more muscle contract to pass the food out of the body as a stool. Urination is a system comprised both the smooth and skeleton muscle including those in the bladder, kidney, penis or vagina, uterus and urethra. Then childbirth in the time of pregnancy. During pregnancy childbirth this movement push the baby throughout the vagina. Vision is a sixth skeleton muscle around the eye control its movement. Then organ protection. It is a muscle protect the bones and organ absorbing shock reducing friction in the joint. Then the last function is temperature regulation. Body temperature can be back within a normal range through the relax of the smooth muscle in the blood vessel. Type of muscle is a skeleton muscle and smooth muscle and cardiac muscle. Skeleton muscle attached to the bones responsible skeleton movement. Then smooth muscle is a wall of the hollow internal organs such as blood vessels under the control. It is act as a involuntary non-smooth muscle cell spindle and all etc. Then cardiac muscle found in the wall of a heart. It is also under the control of automatic nerve system. Then we see the circulatory system. The blood circulatory system is a system of organ that include the heart, blood vessels and blood which is circulated throughout the entire body of a human or other vertebrate. Function of circulatory system is transportation, transfer of oxygen, carbon dioxide, digested food, hormones, waste, chemicals and heat. Carrier cells that help to protect body from the disease. Then third, help to maintain a constant body temperature. Then components of a circulatory system is a heart. It is a strong organ consisting of a cardiac muscle. Location of a heart is middle in the thoracic region. Three layer of heart is epidermic, myocardium and endothelium. In the heart, two atrium and two ventricle. Article is a smaller than ventricles are smaller than ventricles. Then walls act as a door in a heart. Arterial ventricle walls between the separate the arteria from the ventricle each side of a heart and prevent backflow of a flow blood from the ventricles into the arteria during the systole. Right arterioventricle wall, also called as trapeculide, is a wall so in heart. It is located between right and lower heart chamber and right and upper chamber. Left arterial ventricle walls, also known as the biscuit walls or left atrioventricle waves. Then semi-uvular veins. It is permit the food flow into the atrium from the ventricle from prevent the backward flow of a blood from the artery ventricles. Second is a blood vessel. Arteries have a thick elastic and more molecule wall. Arteries carry oxygenated blood from the heart to all the body tissue. Venous have the thin less muscular wall. Venous carry deoxygenated blood excreted permeably venous from tissue to heart. Capillary is a narrow blood vessel whose walls have thin layer of endothelium cell. Blood is a red blood cell, white blood cell and plasma. Red blood cell a type of blood that is made in bone marrow and found in blood. Red blood called contain protein called hemoglobin. Then white blood is also called as leukocytes that protect against the illness and diseases. Then we see the plasma, that liquid compound of a blood that contribute 55% of your blood total volume. Then we see the urinary system. Urinary system is learning objective is their function, their components, mechanism and abnormal position. The function of urinary system: the excretion of waste product and foraging substance, regulate the blood volume, maintain ionic composition, regulate the blood pressure, regulate pH homeostasis, production of red blood cells, synthesis of vitamin D. Components of urinary system is kidney, ureterus, urinary bladder, urethra. Urinary system in components of kidney perform all functions, all function expert from blood, actual excretion. Uterus convey urine kindly to urinary bladder. Urinary bladder hold urine until excretion. Urethra convey urine from bladder outside the blood. Then we see the next system, that is endocrine system. It is a system of chemical messenger system consisting of a hormones and organ that produce these hormones. Part of system is hypothalamus, thyroid, thymus, adrenals, pancreas. Hypothalamus present in brain. Role of hypothalamus is to tell the pituitary gland when to stop or start making hormones. Then pituitary is a master gland of endocrine system. In pituitary, prolactin is a breast fast feeding moms make milk. Then penile is a make called as pilotine. Thyroid first make TSH, then T3 and T4 cell. Thymus called as leukocytes, T leukocytes. Adrenal stop kidney, help to right fight. They make leukocyte and mineral. Then we in mineral in endodermic system. Pancreas also are the part digestive and endocrine system. Then ovaries is the organ make estrogen and progesterone. Testes outside the pelvic cavity test the make testosterone. Testes make testosterone. Subdivide group is hypothyroidism, hypersecretion and tumors. All these are endocrine system. Then we see the intraglomerulary system. It is referred to the skin and its accessory stem. Skin are three layer: outer epidermis, inner epidermis and middle epidermis. Outer epidermis is the outer layer of a skin, prevent the excessive water loss from the body. Middle epidermis provide the strength and elasticity to the skin, contain nerve and sensory receptor. Then inner hypodermis attached the skin to other and cover the bone. Accessory organ is hair, Sebaceous gland, sweat gland, and nails. Hair is a hair and sebaceous gland, oil gland. Sweat glands is a temperature regulation and cooling effort. Nails are finger and thumbs. Function is maintain hemostasis, means regulation of body temperature. Then we see the sensations. The skin contain nerves receptor from the vitamin D. Then from various sensations such as heat, cold, pain and pressure. Then we see vitamin D is the ultraviolet radiation in the activate synthesis of vitamin. The excretion is a waste material such as ammonia, urea and salts via sweats. These all are um, integumentary system. Then we see the lymphatic system. In lymphatic system we see the function of lymphatic system. Then in function of lymphatic system we see the fluid balance. It maintains the balance of fluid between the blood and tissue, known as fluid hemostasis. Fluid proceeds from the tissue that cannot be returned throughout the blood vessel. Loss of lymphatic system should be fatal. Then immunosystem is the lymphatic system enable our immunosystem response. Then absorption is the lymph facilities according to fat. Then lymphatic vessels is a system of network of a vessel that collect the fluid that diffuse from blood vessel capillary into surrounding tissue. Then lymph is a tissue fluid that enter the lymph capillary. Lymph organ, it is made up of lymphatic organ tissue. Lymphatic tissue specialize the connective tissue. Then we see the nerve system and we see the nerve system and reproductive system. In nerve system we see the major division of nerve system. Introduction: nerve system is a complex in nerve system is a complex complex structure, network of a nerve, the cell that carry message to end and from brain and spinal cord to various part of a body. Component of nerve system is a central nerve system. In central nerve system, forebrain, midbrain, and hindbrain. Uh, in for in brain lies within the skull and shaped like mushroom. Then forebrain is a cerebrum. The cerebrum form bulk of a brain and supposed to the brain stem and brain stem. Middle brain from higher and lower central. Hindbrain is the located behind the below cerebrum, responsible for muscular coordination, balance, and posture. Then spinal cord, it is a long tube-like structure which extends from the brain. Spinal cord composed of series of 31 segments. Region of spinal cord from which pair of spinal nerve originated called as spinal segment. Other part of central nervous system is the outermost layer of a dura mater, middle layer of a arcuoid, and inner layer of pleometer. In division of nerve system is peripheral nerve system, central nerve system, autonomic and somatic, in sympathetic and parasympathetic entire. Central nerve system, brain and spinal cord integrate and coordinate sensory data and motor commands. In peripheral nerve system allow communication between central nerve system and rest of the body compound of a signal. Then somatic nerve system is a subdivision of peripheral nerve system and control voluntary activities such as activation and skeletal muscle. Then nerve cell and neurons. Neurons is a basic unit of neuron system. It is specialized conductor cell that receive and transmit electrochemical nerve impulses. This is all about the nerve system. Then we see the last system is reproductive. We see the last is um, res- uh, respiratory system. In respiratory system is a network organ and tissue that help you breathe. This include the airway, lungs, blood, and vessel. In upper respiratory part is nasal cavity, sinus, pharynx, and larynx. In nasal cavity, mouth and nose opening that pull air from the outside your body into your respiratory system. Then sinus is a hollow area between the bones in head that help to regulate temperature and humidity to air inhale. Then pharynx is a throat tube that air from the mouth and deliver air from the mouth and knows that the trachea. Larynx is also called as voice box, a hollow organ that allow you to talk and make sound when air move in and out. Then lower respiratory is trachea is a passage connecting your throat and lungs. Then bronchi tube is the bottom of your windpipe that connect into each lung. Lungs are two organs that remove oxygen from air and pass into your blood. From the lungs your blood stream delivery oxygen to all your organ and other tissue. Then we see the last system is reproductive system, the system of organ and process that take a part in the reproduction or formation of new similar young living organism. Type of reproduction is sexual reproduction and asexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction, this is a process of reproduction is very complex and individual formation, transfer of gamete followed by fertilization, formation of zygote, and embryogenesis. Asexual reproduction, this is a process of reproduction involve only one parent and new offspring produced are genetically similar to the parent. Then male then we see the male reproductive system. In male reproductive system we see the male gamete, that is sperm are produced within the male reproductive system. Sperm are smaller unicellular structure with the head, middle uh, piece and the tail. The male reproductive system consists of testes, a pair of oval shape make the sponge and other. Then we see the then we see the male reproductive is the la- uh, scro- Proteome is a sac-like organ. Sac-like organ hang below the penis, and behind it is the house of testes or testes and the maintain an opportunity. Then we see the uh, accessory gland. They include three glands, namely fecal, parasitic gland, and cord gland. In these, uh, last is a penis. Penis is a cylindrical tube-like structure that serves as a both a reproductive organ as well as accessory organ. It is help out the sperm into vagina during sexual intercourse. Then female reproductive system, before and during and after fertilization as well. It consists of following part. First is ovaries. It's a pair of structure. They are primary sex organ in female. Then we see the then we see the vagina. It is a part of consist of cervix to the central female body part. It is a form of root penis during coitus as well as a fetus during pregnancy. 40 years during pregnancy. Then function of female reproductive system. Function of female reproductive system is the production of female gamete called egg, providing nutrition and protecting the developing embryo. This is all about organs, human organ system. Thank you.